Hello everyone, it's me Uncle John. Uncle John, today I'm going to read S3 3090 Space Exploration and Our Lives by Eric Prochaska. Let's try to learn new words. Accurate, aeronautics, benefit, budget, capsule, convenience, exploration, fireproof, hydroponics, industrial waste, infrared, installed, manufacturer, microorganism, pitch, protective equipment, purifier, radiation, scratch, smoke detector, soul, species, spin-off. America's National Aeronautics and Space Administration, better known as NASA, is one of the world's most famous organizations. For decades, it has been the world's most powerful center for space explorations. So you might think that all Americans are proud of NASA, but you would be wrong, dead wrong. In fact, there are a lot of Americans who think that NASA is a waste of money. They say that there are so many problems on the Earth that it's a bad idea to spend money in space. But is that true? Sure, there are many problems in our world, but not every problem could be solved by the money that's spent on NASA. In fact, less than 1% of America's annual budget goes to NASA. And some people would say that its money was spent. They point out that space exploration has not been a total waste of money. The truth is, everyone you know benefits from space exploration every day. If you don't believe me, just come along as I show you some of the many ways NASA has improved our lives. Around the world, billions of people play sports and watch sports, but they might not realize that anyone who likes sports is probably using materials developed by NASA. That's right. For example, if you wear modern exercise shoes, you have NASA to thank. They developed the cushion-like material that many shoe manufacturers now use in the sole of the shoe. NASA first developed the material in the boots that astronauts wore when they walked on the moon. But that's not the only material developed for space that is now used in sports. Modern golf clubs are also made of space-age metals. These metals were originally created for the International Space Station. The metals are light but extremely strong. They are hard to bend or break, which means frustrated golfers will not ruin the golf clubs when they throw them into trees. Another amazing material that's used in sports benefits the spectators as well as the athlete. This is the material that is used for large athletic domes. The Olympic Stadium in Rome, for instance, has a roof made of this material. It is light enough to make a roof over a large athletic field and tens of thousands of spectators. Finally, when your favorite baseball player is hit in the head with a pitch, you probably aren't too worried, right? That's because he's wearing a helmet. Materials for helmets and other protective equipment for baseball, soccer, cycling, football, and other sports were developed by NASA. Well, of course, athletes and sports enthusiasts aren't the only ones to benefit from space spin-offs products, which were first developed for space. If you have ever worn glasses, you may have been wearing NASA technology. NASA developed a special glass that was very hard to scratch after all. It was important that astronauts should be able to see through their helmet visors. The same technology has been used in everyday eyeglasses. It helps to keep our glasses in good condition for a long time. That saves us money because we don't have to replace our lenses too often. It also makes life better. No one wants to look at the world through scratched glasses. Sunglasses have also borrowed space technology. In space, there's no protection from dangerous radiation. This radiation can cause health problems for humans, such as cancer. But the astronauts who go into space cannot stay inside a protective space shuttle all the time. They sometimes need to work outside its protective world. When they do, their spacesuits shield their bodies from the radiation. But the spacesuits cannot cover their faces, so NASA designers developed a protective glass that lets astronauts see but defends them against harmful radiation. Some brands of sunglasses use this material here on Earth, in fact. Sunlight can cause serious eye problems over time, so anyone who wears these special sunglasses truly should feel thankful that NASA created them. But maybe you don't like sports and you don't wear glasses, maybe not. But your life is still probably improved by space spin-offs. In fact, if you even drink water, you may be benefiting from NASA's invention. You see, when astronauts go into space, they need to take everything they need with them. This means they have to take air, water, food, everything. And when they are in space, they cannot get any more of these items. If they use them all, they have no air to breathe and no water to drink. Because of this, NASA developed water purifiers. These devices clean water so that it can be used again. The same technology can be bought and installed in your own home. Many people have installed water purifiers using NASA technology under their sinks. That they know the water from the faucet is safe to drink. Now imagine that you're an astronaut on the moon. Your job is to dig down into the moon's ground about 2 meters, and you only have a few minutes to do it because your time is limited. What would you do? Well, in the late 1960s, NASA decided to send electronic tools into space. The astronauts could use the tools to do their work quickly. There was just one problem. There was nowhere to plug in the electric cord on the problem. NASA asked for help from a company named Black & Decker. Black & Decker was able to design tools that were small, light, and could use battery power. In those days, that was amazing. Nowadays, Black & Decker cordless tools are used by millions of people. You may even be benefiting from space technology when you're on vacation or whenever you get lost. Many years ago, NASA began placing GPS satellites in orbit around the Earth. GPS, or global positioning satellite, allow people on the ground to know exactly where they are. This system is used by military chiefs, mountain explorers, and even taxi drivers and pizza delivery drivers. In fact, anyone with a GPS receiver can use the free signal from the satellite. A few years ago, people thought GPS was only for adventurous people. But now it is helping people find coffee shops, hotels, and anything that's been added to navigation databases. Space spin-offs aren't just about convenience, though. They also contribute to safety. One example of a safety device is the smoke alarm in the 70s. NASA needed a way to detect any fires that might occur on Skylab Scientific Space Station. A company called Honeywell developed devices that can detect smoke or fire. Technology was so effective that in America, it is a law to install smoke detectors in every new home. But just in case there is a fire, firemen who come to save you, your family are even safer thanks to NASA. Firemen wear clothes made from a fireproof material that was first created for the space program during a fire. It not only protects the fireman, but it also can save more lives during a fire. There is no way to count all of the lives that have been saved thanks to these inventions. Personal comfort is another area where space spin-offs have found the use. A new kind of pillow has been created for people who suffer from neck pain or back pain. Instead of being filled with feather, this kind of pillow is made from a special material. The material is a space-age foam. This foam provides support to aching necks and backs. This lets the person sleep more comfortably. The foam was created by NASA to be used in spaceship. The astronauts needed a seat that could support their bodies well when they travel at very high speeds. NASA's technology is not only making individual lives easier, it is also being used to protect the environment. One example of this work is a system called Firefly. Firefly uses an aircraft with an infrared scanner to map the boundaries and the hardest areas of forest fire. The scanner can see through the thick smoke of the fire, and Firefly uses GPS to make its maps accurate. These maps are really digital images. The images are sent to a computer that the firefighters can very quickly. One reason the forest fire maps can be sent to so quickly is because NASA has a lot of practice with digital imaging. They have been processing and enhancing digital images of distant planets for 25 years. Another way in which NASA technology is being used to protect our world is in relation to whales. You probably know that some whales have almost disappeared from the ocean. These are endangered species because they are in danger of becoming extinct. One of these species is the enormous humpback whale. Researchers want to keep track of the remaining whales so they can protect the species. And NASA is helping. You see, each humpback whale's tail is unique. They're almost as unique as human fingerprints. These whale prints allow researchers to track the whales as long as they can see their tails. So researchers are collecting pictures of whales that people take all around the world. And they analyze the pictures using software which can match the characteristics of each unique tail. This software was originally designed by NASA for analyzing heat shields on the space shuttle. But NASA is not just helping to watch the whales in the ocean, it is helping to protect the ocean themselves. Large ships called the tankers transport oil all around the world. But from time to time, one of these ships has an accident. When that happens, the oil spills into the ocean. An oil spill can kill billions of fish, birds, and other ocean animals if it is not cleaned up quickly. But it is very hard to clean oil off of water. But there is a solution. A company named Petrol Ram had an idea. We can use microorganisms to eat the oil. Microorganisms are so small that they can only be seen under a microscope. Petrol Ram asked NASA for help designing a capsule that could deliver the microorganisms to the oil spill. The capsule needed to keep water out, but let oil in. When the oil enters the capsule, the microorganism inside eat it and digest it. when the oil is digested, it is no longer harmful. In fact, digested oil is good food for fish. One last way the NASA is helping the world is by developing new ways to grow food. We all know that the world population is increasing. We also know that in many countries there's not enough food. We also know that in many as the population rises, there will be even less food. But NASA is working with farmers and scientists to grow food in new ways. One method is called hydroponics. This method of farming grows food in water, not in the ground. This means that the ground can be used for building homes and the food can be grown anywhere. In addition to that, NASA is finding ways to change garbages into food for plants. Remember the microorganisms that eat oil? Well, imagine if NASA can find a way to feed plants using human and industrial waste. We can clean the world and grow more food than ever at the same time. That would truly be a bright future indeed. These are hundreds of other inventions that have been developed because of space exploration. But most people have no idea how much their lives have been changed by this technology. You can be sure that if all of NASA's contributions to life were taken away, we would all miss them very, very much. So even if space exploration seems like science fiction to you at times, remember that your life is already better because of the work being done in outer space. The end.